Very good morning, dear children. Today we are going to see the sixth lesson in physics, sound. Before that, before start our classes, let's say our prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Dear children, by learning this lesson sound, we can understand the protection of sound. We will be able to explain the propagation of sound in a medium. We can analyze the properties of sound, explain the wave nature of sound, and we come to know about the mechanism of hearing. Also, there is a discussion about noise pollution and the ways to control it. Let's enter into the lesson. We hear variety of sound in our daily life. Each sound has particular characteristics. Sound enable us to communicate with each other. Some sounds like music are pleasing to us and we like to hear them, but some sounds, for example, noise in our surroundings is undesirable. In this lesson, we will study about the production and propagation of sound, human voice system, hearing, noise pollution and the way to control it. Let's know about the production of sound. Sound is produced when an object is set to vibrate. Vibration means a kind of rapid to and fro motion of a particle. This to and fro motion of the particle causes the substance around it to vibrate. Thus, sound spreads to the surrounding. The substance through which sound is transmitted is called medium. Sound moves through a medium from the point of generation to the listener. We can understand the production of sound with the help of some activity. Let's see activity 1. Take a tray of an empty matchbox. It is nothing but an empty matchbox tray, and stretch a rubber band around it along its length. Then plug the stretched rubber band with your index finger. What do you observe? Do you hear any sound? On plucking the rubber band, it starts vibrating. You can hear a feeble humming sound as long as the rubber band is vibrating. The humming sound stops as soon as the rubber band stops vibrating. This confirms that sound is produced by vibrating particle. You can see this kind of vibration in stringed musical instruments, yes, such as guitar and sitar also. Okay. Activity 2 also see the activity 2. Take a metal shallow pan. Hang it at a convenient place in such a way that it does not touch anything. Now strike it with a stick. Touch the pan gently with your index finger. Do you feel the vibrations? Again, stick the pan with the stick and hold it tightly with your hand immediately after striking. Do you still hear the sound? This activity shows that vibrating pan produces sound. In this case, vibration can be felt by touching the pan, but in some cases, vibration are visible. So the above activities, another activity also given, you can go through it. The above activities shows that sound is produced when an object is set to vibrate. The sound produced by vibration is propagated from one location to another. When it reaches our ear, we hear the sound. Next, propagation of sound. When you call your friend who is standing at a distance, your friend is able to hear your voice. How your friend is able to hear your voice? He is able to hear because your sound travels from one place to another. As we saw earlier, sound is a form of energy and it needs a medium to travel. Sound is nothing but energy and also it requires a medium to travel. It is very essential point. This can be understood from the activity given below. See this activity. Take a bell jar. The dome shaped jar is a bell jar and a mobile phone. Switch on the music in the mobile phone and place it inside the jar. Now pump out the air from the bell jar using a vacuum pump. So you are removing the air inside the bell jar using vacuum pump. As more as air is removed from the jar, the sound from the mobile phone becomes feeble and finally very faint. It is clear from this experiment that sound cannot travel in vacuum. It needs a medium like air. Sound travels in water and solids also. The speed of sound is more in solids than in liquid and it is very less than in gases. Thomas Alva Edison in 1877 invented the phonograph, a device that plays the recorded sound. Okay. The speed of the sound. The speed of the sound is the distance travelled by the sound in 1 second. Definitions are given. So first, the speed of the sound. The speed of the sound is the distance traveled by the sound in 1 second. And the speed of the sound is denoted by v. V is nothing but velocity, and its expression is V is equal to n lambda. N is frequency, lambda is wavelength. Here the definition for wavelength and frequency is given in more to know. Wavelength is the distance between two consecutive particles which are in the same phase of vibration. It is denoted by the Greek letter lambda. The unit of wavelength is meter. Wavelength is nothing but length only. Okay. Frequency is number. Frequency is the number of vibration of a particle in a medium in 1 second. It is denoted by n. The unit of frequency is hertz. Problems are given. It is very easy only. Based on the formula V is equal to n lambda. Next we shall see the remaining part. The speed of the sound depends on the properties of the medium through which it travels, like temperature, pressure and humidity are all these properties. In any medium, as the temperature increases, the speed of the sound also increases. For example, the speed of the sound in air is 331 meter per second at 0 degree Celsius and 344 meter per second at 22 degree Celsius. What is the meaning? A speed of the sound at a particular temperature in various medium is given in the table. By seeing that, you can closely find out the relationship between the temperature and the medium for the sound to propagate. The amount of water vapor present in air is known as humidity. Okay, water vapor present in air is known as humidity. It is less during winter and more during summer. The speed of sound increases with increase in humidity. This is because the density of air decreases with increase in humidity. We saw that sound travels in different medium with different speed. Now let us see how it travels in a medium. When a body vibrates, the particle of the medium in contact with the vibrating body is first displaced from its equilibrium position. It then exerted a force on the adjacent point. This process continued in the medium till the sound reaches the ear of the person. In order to understand this, let us consider a vibrating tuning fork. When a vibrating tuning fork moves forward, it pushes and compresses the air in front of it. It creates a region of high pressure. This region is called a compression C. Okay, the C is denoted in the figure, that is compression. Okay, when it moves backward, it creates a region of low pressure and it is called rarefaction. In this figure, R is denoting rarefaction places. So this compression and rarefaction produce the sound wave which propagates through the medium. Okay, sound is a form of energy, as we already know. It is transferred through the air or any other medium in the form of mechanical wave. Mechanical wave is a disturbance which propagates in a medium due to the repeated periodic motion of the particles of the medium from their mean position. The disturbance, which is caused by the vibration of the particle, is passed over to the next particle. It means that the energy is transferred from one particle to the another as a wave motion. Next, characteristics of wave motion. There are few characteristics given in your 8th standard. There are few more characteristics you have to learn in your higher studies. Let's see only 3 properties. In wave motion, only the energy is transferred, not the particle. The particle will not move, energy only move from one place to another. The velocity of the wave motion is different from the velocity of the vibrating particle. Wave's velocity is different and the vibrating particle's velocity is different. For the propagation of a mechanical wave, the medium must possess the properties of inertia, elasticity, uniform density and minimum friction among the particle. You may wonder, how do astronauts communicate with each other? Because in space there is no medium. The space is completely vacuum. It is empty. There is no medium. Then how the astronauts communicate with each other and to the ground? The astronauts have devices in their helmet which transfer the sound wave from their voices into radio waves and transmit it into the ground or other astronauts in the space. This is exactly the same how radio in your home works. Next, we shall know about the types of mechanical wave. There are two types of mechanical wave. One is transverse wave, another one is longitudinal wave. What is transverse wave? In a transverse wave, the particle of the medium vibrates in a direction which is perpendicular to the direction of the propagation of wave. Example, waves in string, light waves, etc. Transverse waves are produced only in solids and liquids. It is not produced in gases. Longitudinal waves. In a longitudinal wave, the particle of the medium vibrates in the same direction which is parallel to the direction of the propagation of the wave. Example, wave in springs, sound wave in a medium. Longitudinal waves are produced in solid, liquid and also in gases. Let's see the properties of sound. All sounds that we hear are not the same. Some are pleasant, some are very irritating. So what determines that? Those are all the properties of sound. First property, loudness. It is defined as the characteristics of a sound that enables us to distinguish a weak or feeble sound from a loud sound. The loudness of a sound depends on its amplitude. Higher the amplitude, louder will be the sound, and vice versa. When a drum is softly beaten, a weak sound is produced. However, when it is beaten strongly, a loud sound is produced. The unit of loudness of sound is decibel. Next, pitch. Next characteristics is pitch. The pitch is the characteristic of sound that enables us to distinguish between a flat sound and a shrill sound. Higher the frequency of sound, higher will be the pitch. High pitch adds shrillness to a sound. The sound produced by a whistle, a bell, a flute and a violin are high pitched sounds. Normally the voice of a female has a higher pitch than a male. That's why a female's voice is shriller than a man's voice. Some examples of low pitched sound are the roar of a lion and the beating of a drum. Third characteristics is quality or timbre. The quality is the characteristics of the sound that enable us to distinguish between the two sounds that have the same pitch and amplitude. For example, in an orchestra, the sound produced by some musical instruments may have the same pitch and loudness, yet you can distinctly identify the sound produced by each instrument. That is known as quality. Okay, audibility. According to the frequency, we can classify the audibility into three types based on the frequency. One is audible sound, second one is infrasonic sound, third one is ultrasonic sound. First, what is audible sound? Sound with frequency ranging from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz is called sonic sound, that is audible sound. Sound with this frequency range alone can be heard by the human being. Within this limit 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz only we can hear. Human ears cannot hear sounds below the frequency 20 Hz or above the frequency 20,000 Hz. So the above ranges is called as audible range of sound. So what is infrasonic sound? A sound with a frequency below 20 Hz is called as subsonic or infrasonic sound. Human cannot hear the sound of this frequency, but some animals like dog, dolphin, etc. can hear. Use of infrasonic sounds are, it is employed in the earth monitoring system. It is also used in the study of the mechanism of human heart. Next, ultrasonic sound. A sound with a frequency greater than 20,000 Hz is called ultrasonic sound. Animals such as bat, dogs, dolphin, etc. are able to hear certain ultrasonic sounds as well. Some of the uses of ultrasonic sounds are, it is extensively used in medical applications like sonogram. It is used in sonar system, sound navigation and ranging is sonar system to detect the depth of the sea and to detect enemy submarines. It is also employed in dishwashers. Another important application of ultrasonic sound is Galton's whistle. This whistle is inaudible to the human ear, but it can be heard by the dogs. It is used to train the dogs for investigation. Next, musical instruments. Some sounds are pleasing to ear and make us happy. The sound that provides a pleasing sensation to the ear is called music. Music is produced by regular patterns of vibration. Musical instruments are categorized into four types: wind instrument, reed instrument, stringed instrument, percussion instrument. First, wind instrument. In a wind instrument, the sound is produced by the vibration of air in a hollow tube. The frequency is varied by changing the length of the vibrating air column. Trumpet, flute, shennai, and saxophone are some well-known wind instruments. Reed instruments. A reed instrument contains a reed. Air which is blown through this instrument causes the reed to vibrate, which in turn produces the specific sound. Example of reed instruments includes harmonium and mouth organ. Stringed instrument. Stringed instruments makes use of a string or wire to produce vibration and hence the specific sound. These instruments also have hollow boxes that amplify the sound that is produced. The frequency of sound is varied by varying the length of the vibrating wire. Violin, guitar, sitar are some examples of stringed instruments. A guitar string has a number of frequencies at which it will naturally vibrate. These natural frequencies are known as the harmonic of the guitar string. The natural frequency at which an object vibrates depends upon the tension of the string, the linear density of the string, and the length of the strings. Percussion instruments. Percussion instruments produces a specific sound when they are struck, scraped, or clashed together. They are the oldest type of musical instrument. There is an amazing variety of percussion instruments all over the world. Percussion instruments like the drum and tabla consist of a leather membrane which is stretched across a hollow box called the resonator. When a membrane is hit, it starts vibrating and produces the sound. Now, let's know about our human system, sound system. In human being, the sound is produced in the voice box which is present in the throat. It is located at the upper end of the windpipe. The larynx has two ligaments called vocal cords stretched across it. The vocal cord have a narrow slit through which air is blown in and out. When a person speaks, the air from the lungs is pushed up through the trachea to the larynx. When this air passes through the slit, the vocal cords begin to vibrate and produce a sound. By varying the thickness of the vocal cords, the length of the air column in the slit can be changed. This produces sound of different pitches. Males generally have thicker and longer vocal cords that produce a deeper, low-pitched sound in comparison with females. Next, mechanism of human ear. Ear is the important organ for all animals to hear a sound. We are able to hear sound through our ears. Human ear picks up and interprets high frequency vibrations of air. Ears of aquatic animals are designed to pick up high frequency vibrations in water. The outer and visible part of the human ear is called pinna, curved in shape. It is specially designed to gather sound from the environment, which then reaches the eardrum through the ear canal. When the sound wave strikes the drum, the ossicles move inward and outward to create the vibrations. These vibrations are then picked up by special types of cells in the inner ear. From the inner ear, the vibrations are sent to the brain in the form of signals. The brain perceives these signals as sound. Next, a common topic, noise pollution. Any sound that is unpleasant to the ear is called noise. It is unwanted, irritated and louder sound. Noise is produced by irregular and non-periodic vibration. Noise gives us stress. The disturbance produced in the environment by loud and harsh sound from various sources known as noise pollution. What are all the health hazards due to noise pollution? Noise may cause irritation, stress, nervousness and headache. Long-term exposure to noise may change the sleeping pattern of a person. Sustained exposure to noise may affect hearing ability. Sometimes it leads to loss of hearing. Sudden exposure to louder noise may cause heart attack and unconsciousness. It causes lack of concentration in one's work. Noise of horns, loudspeakers, etc. cause disturbances leading to lack of concentration. Noise pollution affects a person's peace of mind. It adds to the existing tensions of modern living. These tensions result in disease like high blood pressure or short-tempered nature. How can we control noise pollution? It becomes necessary for us to reduce it. Noise pollution can be significantly reduced by adopting the following steps. Strict guidelines should be set for the use of loudspeakers on social, religious, and political occasions. All automobiles should have effective silencers. People should be encouraged to refrain from excessive honking while driving. Industrial machines and home appliances should be properly maintained. All communication system must be operated in low volumes. Residential areas should be free from heavy vehicles. Green corridor belt should be set up around the industries as per the regulations of the Pollution Control Board. People working in noise factories should wear earplugs. People should be encouraged to plant trees and use absorbing materials like curtains and cushions in their home. Hearing loss. You may have hearing loss without realizing it. The following are the symptoms of hearing loss: earache, a feeling of fullness or fluid in the ear, ringing in your ears. Hearing loss is caused by various reasons. Some of them are listed below. First one is aging, ear infection if not treated, certain medicines, genetic disorders, a severe blow to the head, loud noise. So up to this I am going to finish this lesson. Study well. All the best. God bless you.